Hi, my name is Max Greninger, and today I'll be exploring human behaviour and emotions. Humans have an innate need for external assurance in their actions. We simply cannot accept something we don't understand. This intrinsic dilemma often leads to us accepting any truth we can just to reconcile our actions with some sort of guiding compass. This aspect of the human condition can ultimately be traced to an endless search of security and control in any form it takes. Homer's The Iliad is an ancient Greek epic poem comprising of 24 books and offers a unique insight into this notion and human nature itself. Although the true nature of the author, being one single genius poet or a collection of contributors, is unknown, the text has a remarkable impact on literature as a whole and continues to be relevant in contemporary society. This is most likely due to its insightful illumination of human behaviour and motivations in their purest forms. Book 1 of the Iliad is one of, if not the most effective in communicating human nature, using its gripping storyline as a medium. This book expresses the quarrel between legendary warrior Achilles and King Agamemnon through an artful and witty approach. What god drove them to fight with such fury is the narrator's response to the countless Greek losses hurling down to the house of death. From the beginning of this epic poem, the intervention of the gods is attributed to any greatly positive or negative outcome, a means of justification for the unexplainable happenings. This is a direct example of external assurance in the rationalization of the unknown. In this case, the true causes for the Achaeans or Greeks' countless losses. As a direct consequence of Agamemnon's need for security and control, he took Chryseis, the daughter of a priest of Apollo, the god of archery, as his prize, a token of his supposed power. And when her father offers a priceless ransom for her return, Agamemnon, despite the cries of his men, resists, believing that she is somehow key to the appearance of his grandeur and stature. In response to the consequent loss of lives from this declaration, Achilles announces that the war and plague have joined forces now. This metaphor truly highlights the extent to which the ancient Greeks believed in divine intervention. How else could they justify such a situation? Later, Achilles questions Agamemnon's choice to hold Chryseis, sarcastically calling him great field marshal and most grasping man alive. In response, Agamemnon questions, "What do you want? To cling to your own prize while I sit calmly by empty-handed here?" Now his eyes searing like fire. This simile in his response effectively convey how we respond when our security and control are under threat, consequently in this case with anger and jealousy. Agamemnon's ignorance then unleashes the rage of Achilles, shameless armoured in shamelessness. Always shrewd with greed, how could any Argive soldier obey your orders? Freely and gladly do your sailing for you, or fight your enemies in full force? Not I, no. This is just an excerpt of Achilles' speech of rage, an amalgamation of his feelings and hatred for Agamemnon, coming out at once. This is another aspect of human behaviour, the holding back of emotions until it becomes too much. In this case, it is also ironic since Agamemnon's lust for control brought chaos. I will be there in person at your tents, take Briseis in all her beauty, your own prize, so you can learn how much greater I am than you, and the next man may shrink up from matching words with me. Now, in an effort to regain his power, Agamemnon intends to use Achilles as an example, a means to demand respect from his soldiers. This shows the true length to which Agamemnon will go to protect his control. He broke off and anguish gripped Achilles. Should he draw the longsword slung in his hip, thrust through and kill Agamemnon now, or check his rage and beat his fury down? Achilles was unsure how to respond to this internal question. Just as he drew his blade from his sheath, rearing behind him, Pallas seized his fiery hair. The synecdoche in fiery hair effectively expresses his emotions, anger, rage, hatred, towards Agamemnon. Furthermore, Pallas, or Athena, the god of wisdom and warfare's actions, represents the logical side of this conflict, the external assurance in his problem, the answer to his unknown solution. The Iliad illuminates human nature in its rawest forms, examining how we react to the unknown and the consequences of our endless need for control and security.